What is going on, Sooner Nation? Have a fantastic Friday here today as the Oklahoma Sooner women softball team dominates, puts up two TDs against Texas Tech, run rule fashion of 14-0, in a game that I guess you could say the seniors stood out, Hunter, with Tiare Jennings, 2 bombs, 6 RBIs, Kenzie Hansen going deep, Alina Torres, and then the senior on the mound, Kelly Maxwell, 10 strikeouts, 2 hits, 14-0. Sooners put it on Texas Tech, Hunter.
Yeah, Brito flashing the leather, too, in the field. Just Alyssa Brito plays, one of the best defenders in the country. Yeah, not the run rule today. They went the full 7, but 8 runs, 7th inning for the Sooners. Kind of pretty much showing your opponents that even if you are going to go 7, it's still not going to work out for you. Peyton Monticelli comes in to close it out. Very good outing from her again. That closing role has really fit her, I think, and that's something I would like to see her even get a chance of maybe starting, but with how deep the staff is, how they've really established these 3 pitchers, Kelly Maxwell pitching her best softball right now. You mentioned it, 10 strikeouts tonight, only allowed 6 runners on, no runs, another shutout for Maxwell. That's now 3 in a row, including that no-hitter on Tuesday. A very good outing from her after a rough stretch before last week. And, yeah, Peyton Monticelli closing it out. But you mentioned it, Tiare Jennings. That's the story of the game. 6 RBIs, 2 bombs. The first one, the pitch before was a changeup. She was early on it, or it would have been an absolute nuke. And then the next one, she just takes it right over the fence. Impressive game from her. Jackson called it in our preview video. Tiare Jennings standout of the weekend. I mean, right now, it's hard to argue against that. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs.
Yeah, I think Tiare Jennings said, chill out a little bit, guys. I'll show you what I'm about to do. 3 for 3 on the night as well. And this team, you mentioned Sydney Sanders, who's been the talk, probably should be in the nation if she hasn't been, but we are starting to see some of the effects and the consequences really from the other side, the opponents. Looks like they're scared to throw to her with how many bombs she's hit. She had 4 walks, I think, today. So obviously, I think that's as a direct result of pitchers are afraid to come at her.
Yeah, 4 walks today. And I mean, she has one of the best approaches to the game, like just watching how limited strikeouts. I believe she's only at 8 right now. 0 for 1, but an RBI, 4 walks. You mentioned it. This is just an insane stretch. No home run today, but to still reach base 4 times. That's I don't remember a stretch like this outside of somebody named Jocelyn Allo. And even then, it didn't seem like this explosive of a stretch that Sydney Sanders is going through right now.
Yeah, and I know I mentioned about a week ago that Alina Torres could be one that were to break out just like Sydney Sanders did.
2 home runs in the last week now, Jerm.
Do what?
2 home runs in the last week now.
Exactly. And then here again, Kenzie Hansen goes yard, and we barely talk about it. Listen, there's so many that are going to maybe get to the 20 home run club. It's going to be scary how many get there. This team's going to hit more home runs than last year, Hunter. Don't you think?
I would need to check at the stats of where they are right now in relative to how many games they have left. But, yeah, it's a possibility. And I think Love's Field is one to thank for that because, I mean, it seems like now they're finally on the road again for the first time in well over 2 weeks. But at Love's Field, it was, I mean, more bombs than you were getting the entirety of non-conference play.
Although they did get 4 tonight on the road.
Yeah, 4 tonight. Maya Bland, at the end of the game, a double for her. So first in conference play for her, second of the year.
Yeah, and she's one of the fabulous freshmen. And let's kind of transition here really quickly to the staff, and specifically Kelly Maxwell. It seems to me, I know there's been some questions, especially from fans of, when is S.J. Guerin going to pitch more? When is Monticelli going to get a start? It's Carly Keeney. They're the names, but it does seem that, and I think partly, Hunter, could it be that Gasso just wants to get Maxwell in a groove here, and she seems to have found the groove in her last few starts. I mean, she's mowing them down. The 6th inning, they had 2 runners on base. She strikes out the side that inning. She seems to really be finding a rhythm, Kelly Maxwell.
She worked her way into a bases loaded jam, no outs in the 6th inning, and was able to get out of it. 10 strikeouts on the night. This is now the 2nd straight week that she's gotten the game 1 start. Would have to imagine that continues. You got Baylor next week at home at Love's Field. But yeah, you mentioned it. S.J. Guerin, Peyton Monticelli. Those 2, I think, are going to be your closers. Bullpen, Carly Keeney, another bullpen arm. Longer-term relief if you need it, if a pitcher gets into a jam. But, I mean, the way it is right now with Maxwell really hitting shy, that's 3 consecutive shutout performances for her. You have Kirsten Deal with a sub-1 ERA of 22 and a third consecutive innings, I believe, or 2/3, something like that, without allowing a run. And then Nicole Mays looked a little bit better there as well. This pitching staff is dangerous. Jen Rocha and Patty Gasso, I think, are going to get this pitching staff into the territory that people expected them to be in pretty quick if it continues the way it is right now.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it again. It seems like that the streak is done, that this team seems to be really, really loose. You saw the celebration that they've adopted this season on the home runs. This team just seems to find new ways to motivate themselves, new ways to stay engaged, new ways to have camaraderie with the team. Super exciting to watch. And tomorrow, do you expect Nicole May on the mound?
Yes, really expect Nicole May, and I would expect for Texas Tech, Maddie Keel for them. I thought she would get the start tonight. She did not. So a good pitcher, 7-3, a 2 and some change ERA on the year for her. So yeah, I would expect Nicole May and then Kirsten Deal for game 3. And one stat I feel like we have to mention, I'm shocked we haven't yet. Oklahoma had more walks tonight than they had hits. Walked 13 times, 12 hits, 1 strikeout on the night, 14 runs.
Yeah.
What I don't even know an adjective to describe that type of performance for Oklahoma tonight.
And I know the umps were questionable.
There were some bad calls,
but Oklahoma, still, you don't walk that many times just because of an ump.
Yeah, and OU, they made some base running errors tonight, but I mean, to explode in the 7th inning. It's not often they play in the 7th inning. To be able to do that and kind of get some new faces in the lineup at that point. You saw Torres get pulled earlier on for Hodge, Maya Bland getting to go in and making the most of her opportunities with a 2 RBI double in the 7th inning. It's the options that Patty Gasso has with this lineup is just unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's another great team win tonight, 14-0 against the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, I believe, is the game time for tomorrow, Texas Tech, and a great win tonight. Lots of bombs being hit there in Lubbock, led by Tiari Jennings, a senior showing, senior elite performance tonight across the board, offense and defensively, and on the mound. Thanks for watching our content. Again, if you haven't checked out the FanStop, go to fanstop.com. Use code SURGE for 10% off your first 3 months if you sign up for the shirt of the month. Thanks for watching the content. Turn on your notifications, like and comment. Till next time, Boomer.